This is Chef Robert from Rural Urban Farms for School. I'm here to demonstrate recipes for Castle's green tomato project. We will be doing a chicken chili. I've started dicing some chicken, and I'm going to go ahead and finish it up so we can get it in the pot. Okay. We're going to take this over to the stove. Set our knife right there, all comfortable. Set that there. We want a medium heat. We don't want this too high, but we want it nice and get it going good so it doesn't just soak. We want to kind of get a little brownness to it. Not real brown, but adds color. Break down the tail. We're going to cook this till the juice turns slightly opaque color. You want to keep an eye on it so it doesn't stick, but we have 2 tablespoons of oil in there. I'll get some salt. We always still have to season our food. We'll add half of the salt right now. I'm using 3 peppers in this today. We have the Cuban pepper here and an Anaheim. And I'm also going to add just a little sweet bell pepper to it. We also have a little jalapeno. You can mix your bell peppers and your different peppers up. You want to kind of get a little sweetness, but you don't want it like dessert sweet. And you get a nice balance here when you put all of these peppers together. So what we'll do, we're going to take about a good tablespoon of each one. We'll cut that up. I know I have a machine there, but the reason I'm doing it like this, so when I put it in there, I'm just going to pulsate them all together. So when it comes out, it's just semi-chunky. Same here. In my line of field, you have to know how to use a knife. Okay, we're going to put this all in here. Some people don't like the actual taste direct of the peppers, but they like the flavor. And I know that's kind of tongue twister there as far as, well, that doesn't make sense. But if you have a direct bite versus a mixture together, you'll get a little different blend and flavor together. So we'll put those all in there. And this is pretty much all going to go in here together. We have a couple of garlic cloves here. Another reason to wear gloves is, well, one, at night, you don't want to have to rub your face while you're asleep. And the oils from the peppers and the garlic, sometimes they're really still hard to wash off even if you use soap and water. So little gloves go a long way on extra protection of keeping you asleep at night. I had to learn the hard way when I was rubbing my face and little heat got in my eyes there. We're going to add a little onion. Most people don't realize how versatile the green tomato is. Everybody thinks of a tomato, it has to be red, has to be real ripe. Well, besides fried green tomatoes, which seems to be the most popular way of cooking them, I'm going to introduce you to several different ways and get the most out of it. So we're going to chop up that onion again a little bit, just enough to, like I said again, I'm going to pulsate it anyway. Now we got our tomatoes. Very simple. Cut the core out right there. Careful with your hand. Always want a sharp knife. Put this all in. If you're in the kitchen by yourself, don't forget to check your chicken every so often. But I'm not in the kitchen by myself. I've got help tonight. Thank you, Cheryl. Just about ready?
Yes, it is.
Okay, what we'll do is take that chicken out of that pot, put it in the bowl there for a minute, while we're ready to put our vegetables in. First, we'll put it all in here in the food processor. You can turn it down, turn your heat down a little bit. All our vegetables have been washed and our produce. So we want to let everybody know we do wash it beforehand. This is cilantro we're adding up next. The last tomato in here. Okay. Last one. We're good there. Man, I wish you could smell all the aromatics coming right here, just outside this food processor and the cutting board. Now we have all our ingredients here together. Just want to kind of hit it and pulsate it. When the heat gets to it, it's going to break down some more. I'm not trying to make it slushy either. I think we're look for your big chunks, see if they're okay. I don't know if you all can see how this looks up in here. I can kind of give you an idea how it all still has some steel texture to it, but it's broke down even a little more. So we're going on over to our pot. I'll take the chicken out. Careful not to burn yourself. But that's part of a cook's life. You can get burnt. Okay. Now, a little vegetable oil. I'm just going to add a little more oil to the pot. About a tablespoon there. Okay. We'll come over. Now we're going to add our vegetables. As you can tell, like I said, I didn't want it real mushy. I kind of like mine chunky. Now, I guess if you want yours smoother, I like the feel of the vegetable when I'm eating also. Some people like theirs a little finer. Okay. I'm going to put this over here. Meanwhile, we're going to kind of keep this flame up. We want to really get it going good. Stir it up. As you can tell, kind of get that oil on everything. Okay. You see something that you think needs chopping again, well, pull it out. That's what you got a cutting board and a knife for. Got a little piece of garlic that didn't get quite chopped down enough. We turned it down. Now our vegetables are starting to cook down a little bit, but they still kind of crunchy. But now they're cooking, which is one of the keys to this. Because it's going to kind of make its own gravy. Alrighty. So while that's going, I'm going to come over here and get everything. We have our stock. Set that there. We have our beans. I'm using the small navy bean. You can use a Great Northern, you can even use a garbanzo, or you can kind of mix them up together. But we're using a white bean, and that's gonna go with our green color, so we'll kind of have a green chili. So now, before we add our beans, we'll come over here and add our little spice blend. Get that going. I wonder, can you smell it through the cameras? I can. Okay. That's that. Come on in, add our stock. That's added. Give it a little stir. Now, one thing you can do, if you want more of a gravier style of chili, you can take maybe half or even about a fourth and put some in the processor and break it down also. It just helps it, gives it a more gravier style of chili. So, but now we're gonna go ahead and add our beans. These are canned beans. You can do this with fresh beans as well. Follow the instruction on the packet as far as just cooking the beans. And when they finish and they still have a little slight crunch to them, because you're going to keep cooking them in the chili. Okay. All right, next we're going to put our chicken back in. Okay, that's all there. Set that over. Now, the key to this is letting it simmer. So right now, like I said, we can just let this simmer now, and every so often keep your eye on it. Right now it's watery, right? But we want to let this cook down until you start seeing the gravy of it. And it should just make its own little gravy. We'll come back, taste it later, test it for salt. We got one last little secret ingredient. I like a little lime juice with mine. Pretty much, that's our green chili from our green tomatoes. Sorry, red tomatoes, you lost this one. Our chili's coming along. Now, let me tell you, you know, this chili can actually be put in a crock pot. Say you put everything together like I showed you, and you can start it that morning in your crock pot, and by the time you get home, you really have a nice pot of tasty, lovely, delicious green tomato chili. Notice the difference as things are starting to cook. Notice that color, getting more gravy style to it. You really want to let this go and cook down, because I'm telling you that flavor is going to develop. I believe right now it's okay, but I'm looking for more than okay when I cook. Now that our chili is simmered, getting to do its thing, came down, has a nice creamy texture, let's go ahead and bowl it up. Looks like prize winning chili. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching us as we get ready to show you how to use these great green tomatoes that normally probably would go to a compost. So I'd like to thank CAASTL for their green tomato project.